Push the damn button.
Oops.
Push the music button, dude.
Hang on.
Get it together.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition. And greetings. Oh, man. Excuse me. And greetings. This is the Long in the Boot podcast, the podcast coming to you from the heel of the boot of Southwest Louisiana. I am G Long, and across the way is Deb.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm already trying not to giggle.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
It's your fault.
Be professional.
Let me take a breath. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4.
If you'd like to reach the Long in the Boot podcast, the number 337-502-9011 or longintheboot@gmail.com. The website is kind of not happening right now, but I'm moving it, and hopefully it will be somewhere else. You still find it at the same address when I'm finally done moving it, but
You plan on moving it,
I
is
am
what you're
moving
trying
it.
to say.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a cheaper avenue.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it doesn't.
Well, I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars a month.
Think
from this
about your
podcast,
end goal as in a lesson, right? What is the end result you want? You want people to be able to go and see that we're legit human beings.
I want that.
And to see our lovely workers,
Our fact checkers,
checker Bella,
basically
and
the
Otto.
studio employees.
Yeah. So that you know that we're upstanding, bona fide human beings.
You have to be bona
We're
fide.
not bots.
Right.
You don't get this kind of entertainment from a bot.
And I have no check mark.
No, you've not been, but you don't even have a Twitter, so.
That's true as well.
Or I think I maybe went and made a Twitter account.
I guarantee you don't have a
didn't.
check mark, though, because you have to have X number of followers to have a check mark.
I don't think I have one follower because
And
I
you know
haven't
what?
done anything.
Don't care.
No, I don't have time for that. I've said that before. I don't need to rehash it. I don't have time for lots of social media stuff.
Well, I'll play with Facebook.
Well, that's it, to stay in contact with our kids and then stay in
see your
contact with
friends.
the humans that we taught that are now doing adult human things.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exciting.
You know, considering how they were as young people, they've all really turned into great human beings.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm constantly, it makes my life better knowing they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Or even just doing. Yeah.
Living.
Yeah, because well comes and goes.
Well, sometimes
As
you
we
just
know.
have to just ignore all the outside stuff and just keep living. But no, overall, I like
I seeing
former
that.
students.
Yeah, and there's so many cute babies and just, yeah.
Can I say something from the heart? This is going to sound terrible.
Have you been not using the heart before?
Well, I want to say that I find it inspiring that many of the students that really didn't like me, I have no idea what they're doing now.
So what you're saying is it's not everybody.
No.
Well, that would be ridiculous to say.
Oh, it absolutely would.
That would just be ridiculous. You cannot be all things to all people. And if you are, I question you as an individual. I think you're putting forth like a fake self, if that's the case.
If everybody likes you?
Yes.
Well, you can't be the same. That would mean that you are changing your behavior.
Okay.
You can't be that milk toasty and have all.
You think you have to be like that for everybody to like you?
If you want
because then you have to do
person-
things for everybody that asks. And at some point in your life, to stay sane, you have to know when to say
But
no.
the problem is human beings being, human beings. If you are nice and do anything for anyone, you have to also consider that there will be people that will see that and see it as a weakness.
Oh, I think about 15%.
Probably.
That's my
and then they will try to take advantage of it.
No, they will.
Well, they'll try if you let them.
If you let
but
them.
the problem is, how do you not let them take advantage of it if you're going to acquiesce to every request from every person?
You say no in polite ways.
I find,
and if that puts them off so much that they leave you be, which is probably a better thing, then so be it.
Yeah, but I think people need to. I think there's a lot of people out there that have lost the ability to go, no, I'm not doing
I can't take that on.
Example.
Oh, you have an example. Support your support.
I do have an example. It was somebody who works for a large conglomerate that I will not name that has a giant yellow M as a logo. And they wanted this individual who has no title to speak of to be on call for an entire weekend.
So just an hourly employee? Not a
Yes,
not a salaried.
Correct. And they got mad because he didn't answer his phone while he was off.
Well, good for him.
He had not agreed to be on call.
They told him he was.
You're just on call, though. Always when you're off.
Always?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. So that would definitely be taking advantage of the individual. Now, had there been some boundaries set?
There'd be a certain clown getting his butt kicked, let me tell you.
Oh, but Ronald does such good. Okay. All right. So
anyway,
we have started. I feel like we started 20 minutes ago, but okay.
I just hit the button so I wouldn't forget.
Well, you know what? That's probably a handy thing.
Most of that stuff, these people that are listening right now won't hear unless they wait until after.
Oh, are you going to go ahead and clip it?
Oh,
and
yeah.
put it
I like putting all that garbage at the beginning. I like to put that at the end because occasionally people mining for comedy gold will find a nugget.
And we'll find something. So wait,
oh no, Bella called me a liar.
Bella said not even.
That's terrible.
Not even.
She's a horrible dog.
Where is the line of garbage and podcast? You said that beginning stuff was all garbage, but I feel like what we're doing now is pretty much what we were doing.
In a way, I guess.
Okay.
But, I know.
You have a difference?
I do. If they'll shut up. The difference is garbage is pre-song.
Oh, all right. There's a defining line. Thank you. I needed that, and I'm okay. All right.
I was using it as just a term.
So
we'll call it B-roll. Does that help? It's B-roll.
B-roll. Okay.
It's just B-roll.
That works.
Okay.
I like jelly roll better, but okay.
It's B-roll.
It's B-roll.
If you don't know what that means, look it up because I don't want to get into it.
No, it's not necessary. We don't have to tell you everything.
It's not exactly accurate either. But
so you're loosely using it.
I am loosely using B-roll.
That's the joy of the English language. This is why I love English.
B-roll, normally in video.
You're doing it anyway. Shut up. Shut up.
B-roll is that stuff you see when they do a movie and then you see like a scene where it's just like people walking around doing daily stuff and none of the characters from the movie are in it. The scene is just like standard,
like random footage
of a mall, random footage of a street,
random task.
Who can
go ahead, tell him.
He went random task from Austin Powers. He went to jail. And was it because he killed somebody? Is that what I told? I don't remember what I told you the story.
I don't know how we could find out.
Yeah, random task. Anyway, but back to my point. That's what B-roll is. So anytime B-roll is just extra footage that is available, you can pretty much get it anywhere. It's just standard stuff. It's a B-roll.
Yeah, it's stock footage. That's the word they use.
Well, no, it's not stock necessarily. It can be shot during a movie, but the primary thing is B-roll doesn't have any of the A actors in it. And so they call it B-roll. But anyway, that's not why they call it B-roll.
Yeah,
but that's
he definitely got into some stuff.
Oh, he was hinky, man. Besides throwing shoes at people.
Yeah, no, he was hinky. I'm trying to find his
I
aftermath.
apologize for the dogs.
I think our listeners have animals, and they probably understand, Anyhow, okay. So due to the randomness of life throwing shit at us, we didn't have a topic before, and then lo and behold, we were saved by our former student interested in some cutlery that we had for sale. And once he came out to our house, we enticed him into doing the podcast with us.
Thank you.
And we thank him so much.
Dylan Conley, actor and automobiles sommelier.
That was the term you used.
Yes.
See, again, loosely.
Yes.
Loosely.
I use many terms loosely.
Yes, you do. You're very loose with
For
those
instance,
terms.
I am a genius.
Oh,
See how I
okay.
did that?
See, I had one of my my episode ideas was that we would do a show of opinions.
I don't have any of those.
No, you have tons of those, and so does everybody. And I think that's why we're in the state we're in now. But everybody's vocal about their opinions, so I would just throw stuff at you, and you would just give me the opinion. No qualifications for it. No, just a straight
No expertise whatsoever.
just a straight yes or no.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's a good way to be in life.
I think so.
You don't have to justify every damn thing you say.
No, you don't have to justify
You don't have to
anything.
qualify it.
Nope. This is America.
But that's the problem. We've become, you have to now. Otherwise, you're just going to get torn up.
Nope.
You're going to lose your job. You're going to get in 8th grade, you bullied somebody and done. You're, as a citizen, you're out.
You're out.
You're out. You're on the outs right now. You might come back later. I've seen some comebacks.
Maybe that's why suicide has become such a prevalent thing.
Oh, don't even go.
I'm just saying, if we live in a society where we crucify people for little mistakes, it shouldn't be a surprise if the rate of suicide goes up.
Yeah.
Hello, common sense.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are today, 4 or 6 weeks later. I don't know.
I don't even.
And we still don't have a topic.
Well, we do.
Well, we are always on the lookout, so we save stories.
What is that?
Sounds like a helicopter.
Wow. I'm just stunned by that.
Oh, that is horrific.
Listen how loud that is.
That is very loud. Okay, but can we get back to it?
I just want to apologize for my sound, which
is not perfect.
Well, it's certainly not perfect now. I got a guy across the street running a car that's making the whole house vibrate.
It really does sound like a plane. It sounds like it's above us. Here, I'm going to do this real quick because now I'm shocked.
Okay.
I'm shocked, and it doesn't happen often. Austin Powers actor suspected in death of prison cellmate. Within that story, they tell us why he was in prison. So 1990 gang rape and torture of a 19-year-old Southern California woman who was just out walking her dog. He and another man abducted her and did horrific things. I'm just not even going to say.
You don't need to.
And so he was in prison, and then, of course, he killed his cellmate, too.
There's the murder. I knew there was a murder involved.
Well, gang rape and murder. So there. That's a random task.
There you go.
We should never speak of him again.
Let's not.
Let's not. I wonder if they've cut him out of the movie.
I hope that car catches on fire.
Yeah, now it's done.
No, it's not. That's not how it works.
No, they'll start it up again. Anybody that works on a vehicle knows. So we had to come up with a topic, and I don't think we're going to do the opinion topic. We're bound to get somebody in trouble. You'll go like abortion, yes or no.
Again, year and a half. Let us retire. Then we'll express all kinds of horrible opinions.
No, you can express plenty of opinions. We're not talking about school. Anyway,
you said you had some science.
I saved 5 stories, and 4 of them have to do with science. I did not realize I was on that track, but that's my theme. What did you save?
I got all kinds of goodies.
Well, you've got to limit it. That's
I've got
the problem.
some science.
Okay.
I've got some Kanye West.
I'll bet we have at least one of the same science.
I got one that is actually quite interesting, and it has to do with y'all.
Oh, the word y'all?
Y'all.
How we use it?
Yep. Y'all, that most southern of southernisms, is going mainstream. Finally.
The rest of the country can't have it.
Southern Living magazine once described y'all as the quintessential southern pronoun. I love this.
So we'll use that pronoun. Let's just use that for everything.
Southern is sweet tea and grits. While y'all is considered slang, it is an extremely useful word.
It is.
The English language does not have a good second-person plural pronoun.
And it covers everybody.
You can be both singular and plural, but it is very awkward to use it as a plural. It's almost like there's a pronoun missing. Y'all has stepped in to fill the second-person plural slot.
Second-person plural.
As does you guys, yous, youans, and there are a few others.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're all regional.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all is spreading out, baby.
Yeah.
It's on a kick. It's moving. In 1886, the New York Times said y'all was the most ridiculous of all Southernisms.
1886. Okay.
Y'all. Southern dialect use of y'all has often been seen as vulgar, low class, uncultured, and uneducated.
They said that in 1886.
Urban Dictionary says whoever uses y'all sounds like a hillbilly redneck.
Mm-hmm.
Proud to be a hillbilly redneck.
I like y'all.
In a more recent New York Times essay, New York Times, Maud Newton said she associated the word with her father, who defended slavery and demanded the subservience of women and adhered to the spare the rod and spoil the child school of child rearing.
Oh, what an upstanding man.
He also demanded that his children say y'all rather than you guys. So she grew up hating the word.
She hated the word. Oh, so she had some kind of emotional baggage attached to it. So now we can't say it. Screw you.
Eat a bag of tiny phalluses.
I got no time for that.
Anyway, at a time when many Americans are calling for the removal of Confederate monuments, y'all, with its Southern overtones, might make some people uncomfortable. That's what this article actually says.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right.
It said...
Then why are you even reading this?
The word has not always, though, had such negative connotations. The etymology of y'all is murky, but it came from the Scots-Irish y'all. Yeah. Others suggest an African-American origin, perhaps from the Igbo word for you, brought over by Nigerian-born slaves.
Okay.
The first time it appeared in print was in 1856, and all of its examples from that time forward were connected to the South. And the use
that's why it got a low rep then for so long, because it was attached to
propaganda.
Yeah. Right? Oh, absolutely.
Early use of the word is in fact unknown in the British Isles. So that includes Scotland and Ireland, right? I mean,
so how could it come from? Yeah, how could it have come from there?
But recently I used some new digital library databases, I'm quoting from the article, to search for older uses of the word.
You didn't do it.
No, I don't know. And this person found over a dozen examples, dramatic or poetic uses of it dating back to the 1600s.
Wow.
The earliest y'all that this individual found was in William Lyell's The Fair Ethiopian, published in 1631.
By who?
And it's somebody named William Lyell.
Oh, no. I mean, what country?
The Fair Ethiopian. England.
England. Okay.
And this y'all know is true. That in the poem.
This y'all know is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
My examples push y'all back to 225 years before the citation found in the Oxford English Dictionary, and they do definitely show the word appeared first in England rather than the United States.
Yeah, than the U.S.
Of course it did.
But then they came over here and...
But then there's a century-long gap, and they don't know what the gap...
A century.
Yeah.
It just didn't show up in print. It didn't come...
I'm going to tell you right now what happened. Pilgrims that settled in the South probably had that accent, and it just became a thing. And if they had slaves, I would imagine it's probably a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah, because we pick things up like that. I mean, I remember the first time I heard somebody use the phrase, my bad, for making a mistake. And it was a professor while I was in a class at McNeese. And it stuck with me because I mulled over that phrase all day long. But then I started hearing it. And now, I don't know, 15, 20 years, more 20 years later, it's just a common phrase. We just use it.
One of the arguments in the article is that the reason it's come back is because of African-American usage of the word, which did not have regional connotations. Many African-Americans who moved to the North decades ago still
in the
use
Great
it.
Migration, yeah.
And popular culture has made it more familiar. But this is interesting. The term you guys, which was the most common form, well, it now has sexist connotations. Some women get upset when you say you guys.
Well, I haven't experienced that, but I do use it, and I think about it now when I say it. All right, you guys, because I'll switch between y'all and you guys before, and I do. The first time I say it, after that, the class just needs to get over it. If I say it, I just said it.
There you go.
I'm not implying that I know your gender. I don't know you
And what's funny is people who have moved to the South from other more liberal areas adopt y'all very quickly.
Well, sure. It's an easy phrase. It does, like it said, it does so much.
No connotation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, like this lady said, when she moved to Tallahassee, Florida from law school in Los Angeles, California, she found that in every grocery store, coffee shop, street, library, black, white, queer, straight, working class, wealthy, all of them
that lady gets along.
Y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's now popping up everywhere.
Okay, well, I'm offended. They can't have it. It's not yours. You don't get that.
Well, hang on. So I'll leave you with this poem by Miranda Lambert.
The Miranda Lambert?
It's Miranda Lambert.
Oh, okay.
It was actually a song, but it's a poem, or it's a phrase.
Well, then it is the Miranda Lambert.
I guess. I don't know.
Get on with it.
You can be born in Tyler, Texas, raised with the Bible Belt. If you're torn between Y's and X's, you ain't got to play with the hand you're dealt. Honey, y'all means all.
It's very inclusive.
There you go.
It's an inclusive phrase. We like y'all.
So there you go. And so that was my
your contribution. Story. I like that. I like language stuff. That makes me
So what
happy.
You got there, science lady?
Well, the scientists are doing what scientists do and playing with they're trying to kill us. They are. I can't say it any other way. You know, when we talked about what scares you, the shit scientists do scare me.
Marsupials scare me.
So, zombie virus revival in the frozen tundra.
Oh yeah, them waking up old
bacteria that's been frozen for thousands of years. Well, no, they're not waking it up. It's us, and it's the global warming stuff. Yeah. Zombie viruses, they're calling it. They're using that as a catchphrase because there are thousands of viruses, and it's only a matter of time as global warming continues that all of these things that have been frozen deep in the earth will rise. So
why do they all have to be bad though? You ever wonder?
I don't know if they are, but maybe we just can't handle them because we
could all end up being X-Men. Wouldn't that be great?
European researchers have revived nearly 24 viruses that were locked in ice, including one that is 48,000 years old. They're mainly capable of infecting amoeba microbes that they know of, but they do show the danger for reviving a disease that could infect humans and could be problematic for us,
Yeah, I think
so.
It would be, yeah.
So we got that happening.
Go science.
The scientists they want to dim the sun. Sun's too damn hot.
I believe the scientific term is throwing a bunch of shit in the atmosphere to make the sun rays break up.
Well,
right?
didn't we have lots of particles in the air, and that was kind of blocking the sun, and then we had to clear those up, and we cleared the particles up, and now it's too damn hot.
Note to scientists: there's a movie called Snowpiercer.
Yes,
where something like this was tried. And, it ended up with us eating bug jello. So
yeah, I don't want to eat those bars of bug jello.
I don't want bug jello.
Okay, well, they've announced a 5-year research plan to
Seems
study.
Like they're already getting us ready for it.
Well, it does.
Eat your bugs.
Yes.
Bugs.
So it's no longer science fiction, right? Even with the halt on the use of fossil fuels, humanity, of course, is heading towards catastrophe. I like catastrophe. The Paris Agreement, a legally binding international treaty on climate change, was adopted by 196 countries. They all agreed to limit their global warming. But now, of course, our greenhouse gases have been reduced.
Because the earth is getting too warm.
But now it's getting hot and much hotter.
It's hotter than it's supposed to be, whatever that.
Look at Hawaii.
Well,
that's been amazing. Have you been watching the lava?
I have. Yes. I love it.
I do.
That's a living earth.
I love that I'm not there, but yeah, it is pretty terrifying.
But again, what is the proper operating temperature?
I don't know.
For the earth? Well,
that was the story about the hurricanes, right? We're decoding ancient hurricane tracks. Basically, we found the leftover when a hurricane pushes into shore, right? It brings in all that. Happens. So it's like it rings on a tree.
Sure.
You have rings in the ocean depths, and it shows thousands of years of hurricane activity. And in some places you have lots of years between hurricane activity. And then in some you have, several inches where obviously they had hurricane after hurricane after hurricane.
So random.
So it's random, and it's been going on for, well, we're decoding ancient hurricane traces on the seafloor. Evidence from a millennia of Atlantic storms is not good news for the coast. More doom.
Yeah, well, the problem is...
I just think it's cool that they can track it.
I do too, but I think it illustrates the point that humans think in human time, and the planet thinks in geologic time, which is a much slower process.
Yeah, our little generations are tiny.
And so we don't know. The Earth might be supposed to be even 30 degrees warmer than it is right now.
And we're coming
Maybe that's equilibrium for the Earth. How do you know?
I don't. I'm just a person.
No, I'm throwing it out there as just a,
rhetorical
thought
question.
Bubble.
Yes.
That's the only thing that bugs me about this is the Earth has been gradually sliding up in temperature for quite a while, but in geologic time, it's not even been a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And so anything we do to fart around with that, the planet will get to equilibrium.
It will go back to its own, equal.
Whatever that may be.
That's why the volcano exploded.
It's letting pressure. It's pressure.
It let the pressure off.
It's liquid
it needs
magma coming out.
Talking about random. We're back to random tasks.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. See. Do you see how it all comes around? The universe. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the guy he killed in jail was thinking to himself, "This is so random."
That guy, it really was, because he was in that cell with him for a 2-year stint for parole violation.
Ooh, ouch!
Why was a parole violator in there with a murderer or a gang raper and torturer?
Who kills someone with his shoe? Honestly. And then random task proceeded to kill him with his shoe.
Right. He just couldn't take it anymore, and he just pushed him over the edge.
That's it.
I don't know. You're speculating, sir.
I am, absolutely.
It's a stretch.
Well,
it's a bit of a stretch.
That's what I do.
Did you want my last story and then we go to you, or my last science story? My last story is just persnickety millennials. That's what it's about.
Oh, come on. But then we're going to sound like old people.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This one
is not like it's not true.
Either the scientists are going to kill us with their foolishness because, just because you have a question and you think you might be able to actually make it happen, you probably shouldn't.
Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should.
Okay, but if you get a government grant and you got to spend the money, here we go. Scientists create a baby wormhole.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So
pretty cool.
The first question was, can I put my dog through it? It's like, and of course the scientist is like, no, that not yet.
It's a wormhole, fool. You can put your penis in it, okay?
Because that's what the scientists have time for. I don't know what they're doing in those labs.
Making wormholes, apparently.
Yes. So a portal through time.
Well, maybe it's conjecture, but yeah, I know.
Okay, they're taking it. Quantum computers.
Until they make a wormhole big enough for, let's say, an earthworm, I'm not going to give them any credit.
Well, I want them just taking baby steps. I think if you're going to go working on a wormhole, then a baby one should be what you start with.
How about all the outrage now that everybody, remember when they first announced that Elon Musk was working on a brain computer, basically thing so you could hook up to a computer with your brain and you were going to have you could be able to communicate mentally with thought. And everybody was like, that's amazing. That's awesome. And then story came out this week about how he's been experimenting on monkeys, putting chips in their brains and stuff, and everybody lost their crap.
What
did you think he was doing?
I know. How did you think he was getting that research done?
How else is he going to do it? What, the homeless?
I know.
To be fair, they were homeless monkeys.
I've read that Hitler and Dr. Mengele had some very ethical ways of getting their research information.
At least in their view.
So they're just doing stuff.
The idea that people had no clue that Musk was hacking into monkey heads to be able to work on this project. What did you think?
How did you think he was getting this data?
And you know what it is? You're going to have people going go, I thought he was using mice. Oh, is that okay?
Oh, mice are okay.
Mice are okay.
Except for the people I see that train their little mice and have lots of mouse pets. And
I know. Where do we stop?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
Oh, a worm. It's okay on a worm.
You can do it to a snake brain. Snake brains are fine when nobody likes them.
But somebody does.
I know.
There are lots of snake lovers.
You know what they should use? Ferrets. Squirrels. Squirrels actually would be pretty good because there's plenty of them.
Okay, so let's go. Elon Musk, crazy?
Oh, absolutely.
That's your opinion?
I think he's a certifiable crazy genius. I think what's the word? Eccentric.
Eccentric. So
Yes.
some of it'll be genius, and the rest of it.
But he's already
crap.
shown where he sucks, and where he sucks is public opinion.
Free speech.
He was doing great.
He did it. He had a moment. All right.
You know who else had a moment?
Yee.
Kanye West.
Yeah,
I'm
Kanye
not
had a
calling him
moment.
Yee. Screw that. I'll call him Nazi.
All right. Stop that.
No, look, I looked it up. So between 2004 and 2013, I went ahead and did a search to see what the most the people, what they said about him.
Well,
right?
The opinions out.
Visionary, musical genius.
Wait, pause for a second. Is this Kanye or Musk?
Kanye.
Oh, okay.
Visionary, musical genius, on and on. All these incredible things, people, and all these famous people, many of them who are shitting on him now, were saying all this stuff. He amassed a catalog that no one came close to.
He called himself God at one point.
He was called the most creative, provocative, and influential artist to ever exist.
Wow. Wait.
In a magazine.
Did his mama say that?
And I love this. Now he's just a Nazi. He is our first black white supremacist.
I saw that phrase.
And all I could think was somewhere Dave Chappelle is going, I knew it.
I knew it all.
I knew it would finally come true. This past Thursday, West went on Alex Jones' show.
Yeah, he did. And that other guy.
Wait, I'm just going to tell you what he did. West proudly declared himself a Nazi. He actually said those words.
That. Okay.
He questioned whether the Holocaust even happened.
Oh.
And he praised Adolf Hitler for doing good things.
Wow.
The irony of a black man saying Adolf Hitler did good things. He would have sterilized your ass so fast.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
he wouldn't have been your fan.
He railed against Zionists as evil. And even pulled out a net and a bottle of Yoo-hoo chocolate milk, which he claimed was Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh, Netanyahu.
In an attempt to do prop comedy. At times, West said things so outlandish that even Jones, a man who said Sandy Hook didn't happen,
who's paying out the
was taken aback. He was like,
wow.
Whoa, you're saying crazy stuff. This is a man who said that Sandy Hook was fake.
And yet Kanye,
and he's looking at Kanye.
Kanye is crazy.
Meanwhile, on the same show,
was the
Nick Fuentes, who is a neo-Nazi, who has somehow managed to get into West's inner circle. Well, because nobody else
it's a small circle right now. I don't think it's a circle.
The entire time the video is going, he is just squealing and laughing. He's having so much fun.
Well, so then maybe that was the plan. Maybe they're just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. He's an Andy Kaufman.
Well, here's the question, and this is my question. The other day, West tweeted an image of a swastika, and he placed it inside the Star of David. Now, he didn't say anything when he did it.
He just did it.
He just did it. And what I like is many people right now in the media are like, there's not going to be any redemption here.
Oh, like he's not going to be able to make a comeback?
He's not going to be able to come back from this.
No.
Are you having troubles?
I've gone limp. I don't know.
Bend it in the middle.
I've gone limp.
That one.
I did at the beginning. Okay. I'm just going to move this way. So
anyway, his career is over. His career has imploded so badly. His airplay is zero now.
Well, a lot of people have come back from a lot of stuff, but insulting, I'm going to say it, Dave Chappelle, the Jews.
It never works out.
You're probably not coming back into the public eye after that. And I don't understand why you would get upset as the Jews you're denying that you run Hollywood? I mean,
well, they don't run Hollywood.
Bullshit.
Nobody. There's no one group.
There's it's like a series of intricate cogs and yeah.
Just because they have
a lot of money
connection to.
They have a lot of money to produce. They run businesses. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. But here's the problem. You can say it without making it seem like it's a cabal.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not a bad thing. They have good business sense.
How racist are you?
I don't know why that's negative.
Okay, Kanye.
Shut up.
Everybody knows that Jews don't know how to handle their money. Everybody knows that. Anyway, lumping them all together, that's the problem. It's like saying, for instance, that the reason that a liquor store has a window in the back is so Baptists can buy their liquor without being seen. I don't think that all Baptists would do that. I'm just saying that there are some
who don't want anybody to know. They want to keep their business to their business.
We all know that the primary movers and shakers of Hollywood are, in fact, Jewish, but that's because they were the first ones to go from New York out to California and build the big studios.
They had good business sense. There's
good business acumen.
Okay. Well, I don't think the terminology. So you're saying then that the problem arises when we say that there's some sort of, you use the word cabal, but of course that has negative connotation.
That's the problem here. That's what West is doing by saying the Jews run Hollywood. That statement itself is not correct.
Well, he only has a problem with it if the Jews don't let him do Hollywood.
But it's not a correct statement. There are plenty of other people in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Robert Rodriguez, the director, is not Jewish.
Yes, but they had to rise up.
Well, everybody does. But my point is, these companies are all run by board of directors. Yeah. There's no one religion running everything. And that's the problem. You're talking about people who were.
Well, what's his complaint?
His complaint is that
what's the complaint?
His complaint seems to me that he feels like they're out to get him.
Well, they are because he's crazy.
Well, if we take you at your word and say, okay, everything you say about the Jews in America is correct, Mr. West, they were leaving you alone.
Yeah, you've been doing your thing. You made billions of dollars.
And so what you're saying is you were a sycophant to this group that you now
and now he wants to separate himself,
and
he doesn't want to bend the knee anymore.
Your knee was bent. It was bent.
Well, he wants to stand up.
But it requires a lot of people to become a star the way he did.
I would think.
I realize we'll think Kanye West built his career himself. No, it's no different than saying that Eisenhower built the interstate highway system.
Yeah.
No. You move up based on the relationships you have with other individuals.
Yeah, you have a vision.
Kanye West is basically saying that there is this cabal of people out to get him. No, you brought all of that, every single bit of it onto yourself. And you know why, Kanye? Because you're freaking crazy. You need help.
He needs intervention.
Somebody needed to step in and say, Kanye, dude.
Well, I think many of his friends probably have. And it just, sometimes when somebody's on a path of destruction, of self-destruction, you can't do anything until they recognize.
Maybe so.
And, well, that's just how it is. And I know many people that have probably experienced that in their families. Wow, way to take it to a sad mental health.
Well, I was actually talking about just the fact that
I
Kanye West may actually not be able to recover from this.
Yeah.
But he can, and I think he can. And the way he does it is immediately divest yourself of all these psychos you got around you.
Yeah, check into a rehab.
Put yourself in rehab.
And take a year.
Blame a drug even.
Yeah, take a year.
Even if you're not on drugs, just blame one.
That was my point earlier. America loves a comeback story.
Absolutely.
And we would do it if we see him making the effort. I think he could return. On that note, I couldn't tell you, can you name a song, Kanye?
Oh, no.
I don't
know.
A video, anything?
All those people that said he was a musical genius.
I don't even know.
I understand you have your opinion. I'm just going to say your opinion's wrong.
I wasn't asking you about other people's opinion today. It was about yours.
Stevie Wonder was a musical genius.
Ray Charles, Al
Green.
Those are my men.
They were all musical geniuses.
Yeah. All right.
Even Michael Jackson was a musical genius. Oh, God,
yes.
And he was crazy, but he was crazy in a good way.
Everybody should go watch the Vivo channel on Roku.
Classic videos.
Just go watch the classic videos.
Wow,
we have come so far.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we were primitive back in the day. And we were loving it. It was music on TV with a visual. It was just like,
but some of those 80s videos, y'all. Oh,
yeah.
God. Wow.
In fact, talking about the past, my last story is about the persnickety millennials and what they would rather get rid of that baby boomers love.
Get off my lawn, you young whippersnappers.
Here, I'll just run through the list. You tell me if anything strikes your fancy. The wedding industry.
Oh, I'm
get rid of the wedding industry.
Make it go away.
They're not totally abandoning the institution of marriage, but they are taking a much different, cheaper approach. And we are the king and queen of a cheaper approach.
Ting. Millennials are correct on this one.
We
Millennials.
shut down that whole wedding thing. You know what?
If you want to get married, go see a judge.
That's it. And we started the process. We even went to Catholic training for you. We even got you some Catholic training and then all for naught.
Yeah.
Although I will say we probably learned some good marriage skills there. I don't remember any of it now, but it must have worked.
I'm sure it was all BS.
It must have worked.
Yeah.
We made it.
And we never had a fight.
Oh, don't tell people shit like that.
I know. I hear
these
that.
poor people. You know what? If you have a partner, you are going to fight. If you care about them at all.
And they never had a fight.
Oh,
you're lying, or they're lying.
Or you're repressing a whole lot, and somebody's going to throw a shoe and kill somebody.
And they've never had a fight, although she has had 7 concussions.
And a restraining order. Okay.
Well, those work.
No, that's a death order. We all know that. Ladies, talking about marriage, don't get a restraining order. You're just going to have to take him out silently. Do it like the
get a Smith & Wesson
Elizabethan, kind of period. Just poison. Okay. I don't know if we should leave that in. Cow's milk. Millennials apparently don't care for cow's milk.
The opinions of Deb do not reflect the opinions of the Long in the Boot Studios, the Long in the Boot podcast, or the host of the show, G Long.
Well, yeah, but we've been together a long time, so I've thought about shit,
Send all angry letters to longintheboot@gmail.com. Attention, Deb.
Yeah. I'll answer that. I'll get right to that.
Okay, what else do
cow's milk? They don't like cow's milk.
Screw
non-dairy, oat and almond to soy. You know what? All that
stuff is vile poison.
Diamonds.
Yeah,
they want to do away with diamonds.
Diamonds are stupid.
Okay, hesitant to spend thousands of dollars on a pretty rock. So
they're not worth anything. It's fake. There are millions and millions of diamonds in warehouses all over the world, and they keep them locked up so they can keep the diamonds that are out
of value.
You know what?
It's just a rock.
It's a rock. Okay. It's a pretty rock.
Beer. Not all beer. They like craft beer. They like the small market craft beers.
No, I know for a fact because I know people who are boots on the ground. Millennials seem to adore Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
By the way,
Scarlett, I don't understand
Michelob Ultra drinkers, you are getting ripped off because Michelob Ultra is like 3.7% alcohol. It's crap. It's water. Lord have mercy. If you want something, buy a real beer and put water in it. It'll be the same thing, and you'll get twice as much beer.
I know. It's like Coors Light.
Oh, and it's overpriced.
They don't want to buy houses.
They can't buy houses.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too. Redundant technology. They're not about redundant technology.
Oh, they sure are.
Yeah. See, I disagree with a couple of these things. Okay, redundant technology.
I don't like redundant technology.
Postcards and souvenirs. They want to do with it. Okay, so I disagree with the redundant technology. And the other one, this was my favorite, is they said that millennials are done with wasteful products.
Lies.
The death of napkins, along with other disposable products that millennials refuse to buy or use.
Napkins biodegrade.
Single-use items like paper plates, plastic water bottles. See, I don't.
But they'll throw away cell phones like they're going out of style, and those things are deadly.
I deal with the young, and no plastic water bottles, straws, shopping bags. They all use that stuff. They're not going to canvas tote bags.
They generate so much nonsense.
Metal straws. No, they're not. Okay. So that needs to. If that's going to be the trend, it needs to start happening in the younger 17, 18-year-olds.
Metal straws suck.
And I don't see it. Yeah, I don't care for them either. But I generally don't use a straw.
Don't use a straw.
Yeah,
you don't need a straw. Drink out of a freaking cup like a human being.
And I don't want them putting...
What are you, an infant?
I don't want them putting the plastic utensils in the bag at a fast food restaurant. Ask me.
Yes.
Or I'm willing to just say, I will say it, but it needs to be a regular thing where they just, do you need utensils? If I don't give them to me.
Correct.
I don't need that. Department stores are going away.
And Popeyes needs to stop giving me all those napkins. Not because I don't need napkins, but because Popeyes napkins are not paper. I don't know what that substance is.
It's like a little wood.
It does nothing.
It's pulp napkin.
It does nothing.
Doesn't absorb nothing.
Nothing.
This one I found interesting. Cruises. millennials want to get rid of cruises.
I'm all for it.
So, apparently that's for environmental concerns.
That's not why. I just don't like the idea of thousands of people all
All right.
onto
That
a
was
boat.
the end of all the stuff I saved over the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a better idea for an podcast, but you didn't want to do it.
When?
The opinion episode.
You just floated it today. We need a little work. You know,
You just spout off opinions all the time.
This episode will be a potpourri episode.
Oh, it's going to be a potpourri.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Science and potpourri.
Yes, science and potpourri.
And
it smells so
random tasks.
good. Random tasks. So speaking of science, I thought it was interesting that
I haven't been keeping track of time.
in 1962.
I wasn't alive.
I was born that year.
Yeah.
Arthur C. Clarke did a story called Dial F for Frankenstein. The sci-fi story is about a global interconnected telephone network that gains sentience.
Mm-mm.
And it served as the inspiration for Tim Berners-Lee's inspirations when he created the web while working at CERN in the 1980s.
No.
In a 2002 Internet Society interview, Clark did acknowledge the impact of his story. He says, I guess I'm the godfather of the World Wide Web, sort of. I guess we should be lucky that so far it hasn't taken over. It hasn't become sentient.
So far. No, it will happen. Scientists are working on that. I had those stories too at some other point.
Maybe
Because they are doing that.
One other thing from science, fiction. Because, we always say if it could be written down or thought up,
that's my theory. And you know what? Your story there just absolutely supports the idea that as a kid, somebody read that story and said, man, and then one day they grow up, they become a scientist, and they do that shit.
I'll get you a better one. Liquid-fueled rockets. You ready? H.G. Wells, The War of the Worlds, the father of rocketry, Robert Goddard, pinned his initial interest in making space travel a reality on reading 1898's The War of the Worlds when he was 16 years old. In 1926, he launched the first liquid-fueled rocket in history.
Wow.
6 years later, he sent a letter to H.G. Wells in which he declared that the novel made a deep impression on him. I decided that what might conservatively called high-altitude research was the most fascinating problem in existence. The spell never broke, and so I took up physics.
Wow.
How many more years I shall be able to work on this problem, sir, I do not know. I hope as long as I live. There can be no thought of finishing, for aiming at the stars, both literally and figuratively, is a problem to occupy generations to come.
Always.
So...
There, read to your
books.
kids.
Read books. I saw something else interesting in the H.G. Wells thing, which was scientists have now learned how to make cells transparent.
Okay.
And this is for doing research at a very small
to watch, so they can watch the processes within the cell while it's doing its thing.
Correct. It makes it more easily adaptable. But mainly what they were doing was trying to create the same kind of cell that a cephalopod, octopus, uses when they camouflage themselves by changing color. Because octopuses don't just change color.
No,
they're able to change to the background.
Yeah, they blend in.
Right. And so what they've done is they've taken human kidney cells and made them transparent. And they believe that eventually they will be able to make human skin that can change its color and transparency.
My tattoos, I could redo everything.
But
you could be like, you wouldn't even have, think about fashion in the future.
Think about, what if people could change their skin color the way they change their hair color? Can you imagine?
Well, how can you be racist then?
Yeah. How would that work?
We could end all racism. People would find something to fight.
But it was the guys that did this study, The Invisible Man, H.G. Wells' Invisible Man. That's where they got the idea. Because in H.G. Wells' Invisible Man, that's how he's invisible.
Yeah, it's science.
Yeah, it's not that you can't, he's not invisible. It's just that all of his skin cells reflect whatever's around them at a given time. So you can't see
it's
him.
like a stealth. It's like that paint they have now.
Right.
See, we can see it's going to happen.
It's happening.
That's why it's pointless. It is futile to resist.
That's right.
It will. We will be assimilated.
Let it go, Kanye.
He really should. I think Dave Chappelle was kind of like indicating that to him.
I think Chappelle actually made it very clear that he believes he's got
Yeah,
some
he
mental
needs
issues.
help.
And I do
and
too.
you know, and this is the kind of society we watch it like poor Brittany. But we just watched
If
Britney
she's alive.
If she's even alive. We don't even know that conspiracy crap going on. Poor little Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Little Louisiana girl.
doing little spinning dance moves in the same room in her house in several different
40
outfits.
plus years. Yeah.
And many of the things are being put out as if it's happening now, but they're
it's old. Yeah. All right, y'all keep an eye on Britney.
And keep an eye on this. Britney Spears now has a big gap between her two front teeth in about half of these videos. Is it even Britney?
A look-alike.
I mean, it's not like they're
in a lot of 40-year-old blonde, Britney B's.
Crazy bees.
Plan B.
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
Well, we need to wrap it up. We got things we got to do. Well, it's not important things, but we still got things we got to do.
have other things to do than talking to me.
I don't mind talking to you.
Well, this is our bi-weekly date.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, yeah. I told you. We don't look at each other during the week when we're doing our daily stuff. When we sit here during this time, we connect on a different level. It's more intimate. It's more personal. And then we share it with these people.
Come to Butthead.
That may not be a healthy thing. Oh, Beavis and Butthead. There's my relief.
Yeah.
There's how I get through.
A couple things real quick. If you haven't watched the movie Troll, it's not bad. Go watch it.
It was entertaining.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Was there anything else that we watched this week that we the Wednesday.
Oh,
well done.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to tell them. The whole damn universe watched it.
Apparently everybody watched it. And if you haven't watched it, it's
according to Netflix. They could be lying to us.
But you know there are haters out there our age going, I can't believe they changed that story so much. It was such a good TV show.
Okay. You got to let those things go. It's fiction.
It's just fun.
It's fiction. It's just release.
Mindless entertainment.
It's something that's not.
I will tell the listeners, though, that Deb has gone to watching extremely old episodes of Project Runway.
Back at season 3 now.
Yeah, like back in 2000. I think 9/11 had just happened.
I think we were so young then. Everybody was so young. Tim Gunn.
But the lighting is awful. When you look at those old, man.
Yeah, they fought more back then, though.
They did.
It's been a little,
and they let a lot more go.
And they did let a lot more go. And we saw a lot of near nude images of the contestants getting ready in the morning.
Shocking.
Those guys.
In that first season or second season?
Yeah, it was just like
lots of ab shots.
Lots of little ab shots and them doing their hair and of the guys.
Yeah, of the guys.
Yeah. So if you're into that, go check that out.
Oh yeah.
Not they can't find that anywhere.
No.
We need a Sears catalog quick.
Man, I found Deb knows this, but I can't tell you. But I found a manga comic book series this week. Found out about it that was found in a school.
It was a school one. We could have talked about it, but it's so over the top.
The title alone is enough for you to go, that shouldn't be in a school.
I just can't imagine the school librarian who looked at the cover.
Couldn't have looked at
it. A librarian, it's her job or his job.
Doesn't matter.
It's y'all's job.
We know people don't always do their job right.
It's y'all's job. There was his his cod piece was
overly large. Curiously huge.
Yes. Disturbingly big.
Disturbingly large.
Yeah. And it was aggressive. Besides being aggressive, it had like horns coming off of it. The image itself was distorted so that his codpiece was like thrust out.
Yeah.
And the image of him was further back. No.
And I'm sure there's some lovely manga comic books out there. It's not for me.
The images inside were.
But this was porn.
Okay, it was porn on a high school shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Are they in California? I don't remember.
They were in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right.
And
that shit don't fly in Oklahoma.
Should I say the title of it?
So that our audience can go look it up?
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know who's listening. Are y'all of age?
You know what? I'll find out how to pronounce it in Japanese.
Well, nobody knows how to spell Japanese words.
Exactly.
Okay, get over it. Just y'all. There is some stuff out there, okay?
Y'all.
And we need to be aware. Okay, that's it.
Y'all.
Balance. You need balance in your life, and that man's penis was not balanced.
Well, I can't say the title, and you're going on talking about his Johnson.
Well, it was the cod piece, but there was something in there.
Well, I don't know that.
Well, you stuff it with something. You know what? It was a graphic image. It wasn't even a picture, so it was just a
The
drawing.
codpiece had barbs.
I want to know. Now I need to meet the guy who drew that,
It looked like a weapon.
or the woman who drew that.
The codpiece looked like it could kill a small whale.
Yeah.
It was.
I need to know y'all who drew that,
Oh yeah,
right? Because that's a disturbed human being.
yeah, but they're getting it out on paper. I guess.
I guess it's not for the libraries. Let's just end it there, because we just pushed reading on these people. Read to your kids. Read for yourself,
But don't read this.
and then go create something
Although
like
it
a
does have
wormhole.
pictures.
Yeah. All right. Are you willing to wrap it up, sir?
Yo, God, yes.
Okay.
I got to make some bread.
Make us a loaf of bread.
I am. I'm going to make some
Okay,
bread.
and then we're gonna have some sloppy joes. No,
Sloppy Boudreaux.
sloppy boudreaux. There's an ad. Sloppy boudreaux, folks.
Sloppy Boudreaux, they're pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Sloppy Boudreaux. You just got to fix it up. I had to fix it up a little bit. I had to put some onion
Well,
and some garlic, a little bit of bell pepper.
yeah,
And once I did that, it was pretty good.
it's better than manwich.
Oh, it's way manwich is dog shit.
Sloppy boudreaux.
Sloppy Boudreaux all the way.
Well, community, we appreciate you listening. As always,
We do.
I do like my time here, whether there are people listening or not. Just looking at each other. We're going to try to set the camera up next week.
We're gonna try.
Or next
tell
2
your
weeks.
friends, tell your neighbors. Go listen to the Calling Your Bluff show.
Oh, yeah.
If you're into sports,
If you're a sports person,
podcast Calling Your Bluff.
that's our boys.
That's the Calling the Bluff boys.
Yes.
And one of those boys needs to consider where the camera is and how he sits. Just saying, just a suggestion from an old man. But
You don't know. You're not a millennial.
well, yeah, it may not matter. But,
It may not matter. You put your own camera up, and then people may come in and say, "Look, they look stupid."
Ain't nobody want to see my
See that
cock.
double chin from there? What are you?
You know what I'm talking about.
Everybody's got their thing. You know what, folks? Your joy is portable. You need to take that with you everywhere you go. Find a little joy.
Try.
Yeah, and balance.
If you can't find it, just flip over a rock. That's where we found it.
That's it.
It is.
It's in nature.
Yep. There you go.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. I just want everybody's, I want the quality of my sound to be par excellence.
You live in the boot, the heel, not even the tip. And everybody knows the tip is better than the heel
Of a boot.
of a boot.
Are you sure? I would argue that.
Oh, you know what? It's 2022. Everybody's going to argue.
I would
All right.
argue that the heel is far more important on a boot than the tip,
The tip gets in places where the heel can't.
if you're lucky.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, I'm trying here. I'm gonna.
It was a weak try, but it was a try.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna assume.
It's a miss.
I'm gonna assume our levels are pretty good.
He's swinging a miss.
A swing and a miss. I'm gonna assume our levels are pretty good. I don't know why I sound echoey.
I
me.
sound echoey as well, but I just thought that's because my shit was sounding good.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I would just hate to disappoint the thousands of listeners.
Okay. You know what? It's there for posterity.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
As long as we have electricity on this planet and
Unlike the website, which is going to move.
well, do what you got to do.
I will.
Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not all about talk. Let's just do it.
A little less talk and a lot more action.
That's right.
Hang on. I have to
That's
do
why shit gets done here, baby.
You saw he had stomach cancer. That's why he hadn't been around.
Who?
Toby Keith.
Oh, I did see that today.
And
It was my first time seeing that, and now I have to be emotional for Toby Keith.
it was your first time
It was my first time.
to be emotional for Toby Keith?
Well, before he was all happy-go-lucky, beer and his horses, but now I can't just have that jovial, happy, oh, Toby Keith, beer and his horses. I like that.
I know.
Now it's, oh, Toby Keith.
I have an issue, and it's...
Just one?
Yeah. Well, no, I've got bunches, but doesn't it seem strange that you can't open... I'm talking about Firefox. Doesn't it seem strange that you can't open like a bunch of links all at the same time and just have it make?
No, I have to actively open a new tab. I know. Someday, please, Lord, some teenager out there fix us a way to do this.
Yeah.
Write the code, make it happen, make it so.
Number one,
make it so.
Make it so, number one. Hang on.
Have we started the show?
No, it's just on.
Oh. What are you hoping for, some gold?
Yeah, baby. Hang on. No, I'm opening the things that I wanted to talk about are all stored.
Yes,
but I have to open them all in a new tab.
Well, I do too, and I told you I have 5 stories.
Lightweight.
Surprisingly, 4 of them all have to do with scientists and some shit they're doing.
I'm going to be talking about a scientist too. It's
okay. Don't.
Oh, I was just going to tell you that it was.
Don't speak.
That it was Professor Kanye West, but
it's Yee. He doesn't exist anymore. It's Professor Yee. Shut up! You did not get me. I'm so glad we don't have a topic today. So very glad. I'm also very glad that we had a guest last time.
We did.
That was nice to break it up a little bit. You didn't let him talk enough. They hear it. The community that listens regularly, they're always just on edge. Is he going to let her finish what she said?
So you said your shit was science?
Yeah, I had 4 science stories and 1 persnickety millennial story.
All right. I've got a couple Southernisms.
I love those.
I got a couple national stories that are weird.
No, I thought you were about to say fetishism.
No fetishes.
Oh, okay.
Although I found that video the other day. I did not show it to my students.
Well, yeah. All right. I didn't think you were one of those poor decision-making teachers. There are enough of those out there.
I did not do that.
Okay.
All right. I think we should